If you're a freelancer, photographer, agency owner, or any kind of small business owner, nowadays the first thing you have to have a portfolio website. So in this tutorial, I'll show you how you can make a professional portfolio website. If you tell your client, I have a great working skill and I can do your job, but I don't have a portfolio website, then there is a 90% chance that you don't get that job. Because your client doesn't have enough time to justify your skill if you don't show them a good portfolio. So it's very important to have a portfolio website. Today we're gonna build this amazing portfolio website. So first of all, let's take a overlook what we're gonna build today. So first I will show you how you can create this amazing banner where you can add your own image. Then I'll show you how you can create this about me section where you can describe about yourself or show other information about you, your experience. We will also create this services section where you can show all of your services which you can provide to your clients. And after that, we will also create this resume section where you can add your educational background, working experience, your working skills, and if you also want to add a download CV button, you can also add this. So when people click on this, they are able to download your CV as a doc or a PDF file. Then I will show you how you can create this section where you can showcase all of your portfolio and you can also separate them by different categories. We'll also create this testimonial section where you can also add your client's feedback. And lastly, we will create our contact section where you can add your contact information, your social profile links, and also add a contact form. So when your client want to hire you, they can simply fill up this form and you can automatically receive an email from them. I will also show you how you can create the header and the footer of our website, how you can upload your own logo, how we can create this nice navigation menu, and so many things. And here this whole website is fully responsive from all of our devices. So if you see it from tablet, mobile or any other devices, it looks perfect from all of them. And the great thing is, we are gonna build this whole website by using the Elementor page builder. So all the content you can edit very easily. Everything here is just drag and drop. So here we are gonna build this website in easy 4 steps. First, I'll show you how we can get a domain and hosting for our website. I'll also give you a special discounted link where you can get 50% off. Okay, then we need to install WordPress and also need to install a theme and some plugins. And lastly, we will start creating our amazing website. So let's go to our first step, which is getting a domain and hosting. So domain is basically the name of your website. Like YouTube's domain name is youtube.com or Apple's domain name is apple.com. Like this, you can get your own domain name like yourdomainname.com. You can get it within $5, but I'll show you how you can get it for free for the first whole year. Then hosting. We'll also need a hosting. So basically for building a website, we need some files and we need to store that on a server. So hosting is a service which gives you that opportunity to store that files on a server. So now first of all, let's click on the very first link on my description where you can get that 50% discount. And after clicking on that, this will bring you to this Bluehost website. So in my opinion, Bluehost is one of the best domain and hosting service provider. I have already used it for almost 2 years and until then I never faced any kind of problem. They also have a great customer service. So if you need any kind of support from them, they immediately reply back to you, which I really like about them. So right now to get started, click on this button on here. And here you can see there are different pricing plans. If you need only one website, you can go with their basic plan, or if you need multiple websites, you can go with their other plans here. But here I'm going with this one, their basic plan. And here you can see they have a 50 GB SSD storage, free SSL certificate, So your website will be HTTPS which will be more secure than a HTTP website. And as I said, you can also get a free domain for the first whole year. Okay, now to continue, let's click on the select button. And from here, we can create our domain. So if you already have an existing domain, you can go with this right option and put your domain name here. I'm assuming that you don't have a domain, so let's go with this option, create a new domain. Here we need to put our domain name, and from here we can select different options like .com, .net, .org. I always recommend you to go with this .com extension because .com website looks always more professional. So here let's try a domain name. If we write apple.com and click on next, and here it says we cannot use apple.com. We need to try with a different domain name because this apple.com is already owned by the Apple company. So here we need to try with a different one. Let's try it with my name and click on next. So here it says this domain name is available, so we're ready to buy this domain. And under here we need to fill up this form to purchase this domain. So let's put our first name here and the last name, and let's quickly fill up this other field. Okay, here you can see here I've give my email address. You need to put this email address very carefully because when you create your account, you need to verify your account throughout this email address. So before putting that, make sure you have already access to that email account. Okay, so after that, from here we need to choose our plan. If we want to get it for 36 months, we can also select that, but I'm happy with this 12-month plan. And after that, here you can see some more extra option, package extras. If you also want to get your domain privacy, you can also select this option, but I don't need this, so let's deselect this. We don't need any of this. So now here we can see our total amount is $35.4. So normally you can get this for $70 or $71, which is already a discounted price. But here I'm recording this video during the Black Friday, so you can get it even more lower prices. Okay, so after that, from here you need to put your card information. So let's quickly put this. And lastly, we need to check this field to agree with their terms and services. And let's click on the submit button. And here it says our purchase is successful. And under here you can also see this receipt of your purchase, which is also sent to your email address. Okay, so now to create our account, let's click on this create account button. And here on this domain name field, you can see the domain name we have already purchased. And under here, we need to create a password for our account. And on this right tooltip, they will also give you some instruction for creating a really strong password. So you need to also follow all of this. And here on this field, we need to also retype our password and also check this checkbox. Lastly, click on this button, create account. Okay, our account is successfully created. Now we need to click on this button to log in our account. So here we need to again put our domain name and also the password we have just already created. So let's put it here. Okay, then here it shows some option for creating our website, but we don't need this. So let's click on skip this step, and also again on this, skip this step. And after that, if you see this pop-up, you need to click on this get started button. And here it again says for the domain privacy and protection, we don't need this. So let's turn off this and click on this button. Let's close this. Okay, we have successfully logged into our account. Now we need to verify our account throughout our email address. So after creating your account, you will also receive an email like this. So now to verify, you need to click on this verify your email button. and our account is successfully verified. Okay, now our first step is successfully done. We have set up our domain and hosting. Then the next thing we need to do, we need to install WordPress for our website. So for this, from here, let's go to this My Sites option. And from here, under Add Site, let's click on Create New Site. So here Bluehost give you these two options. If you want to build your website with the Bluehost website builder, you can choose this. But we are gonna build it with only WordPress. So let's go with this option. Click on Get Started. And from here, we need to give a name for our site and also a tagline. Then from here, let's click on Advanced. And here we need to put our email address for our WordPress setup. So let's select this email address. And from here, we also need to create a username and password for our WordPress dashboard login. So let's put the username and also the password. Then click on Next. Here they also give some option to installing some plugin, but we don't need this. So let's unselect all of this and click on Next. Okay, now finally the WordPress is also installed successfully. So if you want to go to our WordPress dashboard, we need to click on here, log into WordPress. So this is the WordPress dashboard of our website. And from here, if you want to go to the front end of your website, you need to click on here. So let's open this on a new tab. And this is the front end of our website. So when a visitor comes to your website, they can see a page like that, and you can control the website content from this dashboard. And from here, you have so many options to customize your website. If you want to create a new post or pages, or if you want to change your website theme or add a new plugin or want to get other settings, you can do all of this from here. So now here, before starting, first of all, I want to go to this plugin section and go to this install plugins. And here you can see some plugins. And by the way, if you don't know what the plugins are basically the extension of your website, which gives you some extra option. So here, when you install your website through our Bluehost automatically install this plugin to your site. But here we don't need this. So first of all, I want to deactivate all of this. So let's click on Select All. And from this bulk option, I want to deactivate this and click on Apply. And let's again click Select All. And I want to delete all of these and click on Apply. And here, OK. Okay, after that, let's go to this Pages section. And from here, we can create the pages for our website. So to create a new page, let's click on this Add New button. And let's give a title of our page. And under here, in this content section, we can also write the content for this page. And to save a page, we need to click on this Publish button. And again on here, Publish. If we want to preview our page, we just need to click on this link. So let's open this on a new tab. And here we can see this is our page. This is the page title. This is the page content, which is great. But here, if we look at the URL of this page, you can see this where text, the question mark, then page ID equal to 6. So basically in WordPress, when you create a new page, every page have a specific unique ID, and here the number 6 is the ID of this page. So that's why you can see the page ID equal to 6. But here on the URL, we don't want to show this page ID. Instead, I want to show the name of our page. So for this, let's again go back to our dashboard. And under settings, let's go to this permalink option. From here, you can see different permalink option, but I want to choose this one, this post name, and click on Save Changes. Now again go back to our this page, and if we refresh this, and now we can see a clean URL instead of this page ID. So after that, here on this URL, I just want to go directly to my domain name. If we clear this home and go to our front page, here we can see this hello world text. So basically this hello world comes from our blog post. Here if we go to our dashboard and inside this post section, here you can see this hello world text. So this is basically a blog post, and normally in this front page you can see all of this blog post. But here instead of this blog post, I want to show our newly created page. So we can do it very easily by going to again this dashboard, and under settings, let's go to this reading option, and here we will set our front page to our newly created this page and click on save. Okay, now if we again go to our front page and refresh this, so instead of the blog page, now it has become our newly created page. So here you can see this is the content of our newly created page, and at the top this is our header and this is our footer. So the next thing we will do, we will install a theme for our website and also install some necessary plugins. Here if we look at this page, you can see this is the default design of this page, but here I don't like this default greenish color design. So for changing our theme, let's go to this dashboard, and under appearance, here you can see this themes option. Let's click on here, and here you can see these are some default themes of WordPress. But if you don't like any of this default theme, you can also add a new theme from this add new option. And from here, if you want to search for a specific theme, you can also use this search option. But here I want to use this Astra theme. So let's click on install and also click on activate to activate this theme. Okay, now if we again go to our website and refresh this page, now we can see the design of our website has been changed. We can see a different layout for our page. We can see a different header, a different footer, but here the content of our website has been remained the same. You can see the same title, the same content of our page. So it's something like changing the theme of your phone. When you change your phone theme, the look and layout of your phone maybe changes, but all the data has remained the same. So here this is also the same thing. Okay, now we have successfully installed our theme. The next thing we need to do, we need to install our plugin. So right now if we go to here and from the pages, if we want to edit our home page, here for the content section, if we want to edit our content, we can do it very easily from here. But here the problem is this content editor is really so simple, and if we want to make a really custom design, we cannot do that with this default editor. So for this we need a page builder, and Elementor is one of the best solution for that. So to install Elementor, we need to go to maketeamwebsite.com/Elementor. I'll also put this link on my description. You can also go from here, and this will bring you to this Elementor website. So from here you need to click on this get started button, and here you need to create a new account with your email address and password. So let's give it here and click on create account. And here Elementor may ask you some question, but I don't want to answer that. So let's click on skip and also skip this. And if we go down, from here we can install both Elementor free and also their paid version. And from their paid version, you can obviously get a tons of great feature. But in today's tutorial, we will only use the Elementor free version. So let's click on the continue button here. And here in this field, we will put our domain name and click on check for WordPress. Click on install Elementor and finally click on install now. So Elementor is successfully installed. Now to activate this, click on this activate plugin button. Okay, now Elementor is successfully activated. And after Elementor, we also need to install a couple of other plugins. So for this, let's go to add new. And first of all, I want to search for a contact form plugin. Here, if we search WP Forms, we will install this one. Let's click on install and click on activate. And again, go to these plugins. So basically, we have installed this plugin for creating the contact form of our page. And after that, we also need to add another one, this essential add-on. So this plugin will also add some more functionality with our Elementor page builder. We will also use that. Let's activate this. Here, let's click on next. And here we need to make sure to check this box, WP Forms. Otherwise, we cannot create our contact form. So here, this is very important. And after that, click on next. Again on this, again next, and finally click on finish. So we have also successfully installed all of our plugins. So right now we will start creating our website. So for this, go to pages and again go to home. Here now, instead of this default page editor, we will edit our page by using the Elementor page builder. So I want to clear this page content from here and let's save this. So after installing Elementor, here you can see a new button, edit with Elementor. So now to edit our page, we need to click on this button. So now you can see in this page, this is our header and this is our footer. And inside this, we need to create our page by using this page builder. So here, if you want to create a new section, we just need to click on this plus icon, and from here we can select these different layouts. I want to take a 2-column layout, so let's select this one. And you can see inside this section, this is our first column and this is our second column. And inside each of our column, we can add our website content. To add a content, let's click on this square icon over here. And on the left side, this is our widget panel. So you can see a lot of Elementor widgets here. If you want to add an heading, you can use this heading widget. For adding an image, we can use this one, this image widget. Here is the button widget. So let's add this heading widget inside this left column. And if you want to change this text, we can easily do that from here. Okay. Then here, let's say I want to add my image on this right column. So for this, let's again go to this widget panel, and to add an image, we need to use this image widget. So let's drag this here and let's upload an image. Here, click on insert media and our image has been added. So here, if we look at any of our widget, this image widget or this heading widget, you can see for every widget, there are these 3 options: the content, the style, and the advanced. Basically, from the content tab, you can change the content of this widget. Like from here, you can change this text, or if you want to add a link with this text, you can also edit that from here. Or there are other options like this HTML tag. And then if you go to this style tab, here you can see these options are related to the design of this widget. Like if you want to change the color or the typography, you can control the design related settings from this style tab. And lastly, from this advanced tab, you can also find some more advanced option like setting the margin and padding, this positioning option, and there are so many other advanced things. So right now I want to change the color of this text. For this, we need to go to this style tab, and here if we click on this text color, from here you can choose any color from this color range, and from this area you can control the saturation of this color. If you want to make it fully colorful or something like black and white, you can control this from here. And this is the opacity option. So if you want to make it transparent or semi-transparent or a fully solid color, you can also control this. So right now let's make it to fully black. And then from here, the typography option, here you can find a lot of font option. So if you want to change this font, you can find a lot of different font from here, or if you want to choose any specific font, you can also search this from here. And let's make the font size to bigger. I want to make it to 48 pixel. Then from this font weight option, you can also make it more bold or more light. You can just play around with all of these options and style this text. Okay, so after this heading, if you want to add another heading, you just again need to go to here and you can drag this heading widget right after this heading. And by following the same process, we can again style this heading. But here we cannot do that in this way. First of all, let's just delete out this heading. And from here, if we right click on this heading and if we click on duplicate, you can see our first heading has been duplicated. And for this duplicated heading, we will get all of the style from here. So here I just want to replace this text. And I also want to make the font size more bigger. So go to style and from the font size, make it 104 pixel and also make the font weight to 700. Okay, then I want to go to this image, and if we go to the style, here you can see we have also some styling option to design this image. Like here, if we want to make this a rounded image, we can easily do that by adding some border radius with that. So I want to make a 100% border radius. So let's make the pixel in percentage and put 100. Cool. And here these options are not only available for the elements. If we go to any of our column settings, we can also find more customization option. So here if we want to make this column width to 55%, we can also control that from here. And like these columns, we have also this customization option in our section. So from here, I want to add a background color for this whole section. Go to this style tab, and here you can see this background option. You can select this classic or gradient or a video background, or even you can also put a slideshow as a background. Okay, but I want to add a solid color. So let's go to this classic. And I want to put this kind of yellow background color. And if you want, we can also add a background image for this section. But now I want to give some padding from the top and bottom, because here you can see this looks too close. So for this, we need to go to the advanced tab. Let's unbind this value. And at the top, make the padding 100 and bottom 100 pixel. So here if you want to reduce the gap between these two headings, you just need to go to this heading settings, and from the advanced tab, we will use some negative margin at the bottom of this heading. So let's unbind this value, make it to -30 pixel. Now you can see this looks much better. Okay, so far I have give you some idea how we can work with Elementor and how does Elementor work. So to create any content, first you need to take an section, and inside this section you need to take columns, and inside these columns you can put the content of your pages. So right now I want to just delete this section, and here I don't want to create everything from scratch. I have already created that page and upload this on my website on makedreamwebsite.com. I will also give that link on my description, so you can download that free template from here and you can get a JSON file. So after downloading that, you just need to go back here and click on this add template icon and click on this import template, and let's just drag this JSON file to here. Then click on this insert button, click on yes. Then you just need to click on this update button and refresh this page again. Then you can see you will get a fully professional portfolio template. You can get all of these sections, all of this functionality, each and everything. So I will show you how you can edit all of your content and from where you can do that. So first of all, let's take a look at this banner section. Here I have shown you before how we can create this 2-column layout. So you don't need to do anything, you don't need to do any design, you just need to change the content. Like here, if you want to change this image, just simply click on here and you can see this image upload option. So from your desktop you can upload your own image on here and also set that as your portfolio image. And here all of the text are editable. So like here, instead of this address, if you want to put your own address, you can simply do that from here. And after that, here we will add 2 buttons. So we have done this by using this button widget. If you want to change this text, you can edit this from here. And if you want, you can also put a link with this button. So here you can see we have put the link as #portfolio, and let me show you. When we click on this button, you can see this directly scroll down to our this portfolio section. So how we will do that? Here if we go to our this section settings and go to the advanced tab, here you can see we have give the CSS ID for this section to portfolio, and we have put the same ID. If we go to this button here, we have put the same ID at this URL. So you can see after this hash, we have put the portfolio ID. So that's why when we click on this button, you can see this directly goes down to our portfolio section. And here for our this contact me section, we will do the same thing. So when you click on this will also scroll down to our contact section. Okay, then let's go to our this next about me section. So here I want to change this heading. So let's click on here and I want to write this text. And then here we have also put our name. So instead of this John Doe dummy name, I want to place my name. And after that, here we have also take and text editor widget. So here you can give a brief description about yourself. You can talk about your working skill, working experience, what you can provide to your clients, or if you have a special motto, you can also include that here. So let's change this dummy text. And here at the bottom, you can see we have also put our name, the email address, the date of birth, and also the location. So you can also include this type of your basic information in your about me section. And here I also want to change this name. And here lastly on this left column, you can also include your working experience. So let's put here 22. And after this about me section, here we have also created the services section. So inside here you can show all of your services which you can provide to your clients. Like if you are a graphics designer, you can include that services to here. So here let's edit this one, and you can see this is our service name. So here let's put down graphics design and also give some little description about that. So let's go to our next section. This is our resume section. So from here you can also add your educational background, and if you have any working experience, you can also include that here. Let's edit this one. Instead of master in marketing, I want to say computer science, and here the name of your institution. And here instead of this dummy text, I want to briefly include some experience from my university and what I have learned from here. So let's edit this. And here all of this content are fully editable. You can just replace this with your own content with your own institution. So after that, here this is our skill section. So you can show your working skill by adding this kind of nice progress bar. So here if we save this and go to our preview and scroll down to this area, you can see this is basically an animating progress bar. So when you scroll down to this section, you can see this nice animation. Here let's again go to this edit page, and instead of this I want to include HTML, CSS, and here instead of this 90% I want to give it to 95. Okay, because I feel more comfortable working with HTML CSS. And here instead of article writing I want to include my another skill, web design, and give it to 90%. And then lastly here you can see this download CV button. So if you click on here on the link option, you just need to put a link of a doc file. So for this we need to go to our dashboard, and if we go to media library, and inside this we will upload our this doc file. And after uploading, let's click on it here again, and I just want to copy the URL of this file and go back to our page, and in this URL paste that again. And now if you update our page and again go to our preview, here now let's again go to this button, and if we click on this, you can see this doc file is successfully downloaded to our computer. So let's again go back to here, and here if you don't want to keep this download button, you just need to right click on here and click on delete. So after that let's go to our this next section. This is our portfolio section, and here you can see each of this item is our individual portfolio, and you can also add your portfolio link with these items. So when people click on this, they can directly goes to your portfolio URL. And at the top here you can see some categories. So when you click on this web design category, you can see all of these items are in web design. If we click on graphics design, here all of these are from graphics design. So here if we go to this filterable control section, you can see this graphics, this web design, this development, all of these are basically the controls. Here if you want to add a new item, you just need to click on this plus icon and give it a name. And you can see this category is also added here. And if you want to delete any of this item, you can simply click on this delete icon. And after that, from this gallery items option, you can edit all of these items. So first of all, let's go to our this first item. So here you can see we have give our this portfolio name to card design, which we can set from here. And under that, this text graphics, we have also set it from here. And if you want to add your own portfolio image, you can also upload this from this image. If you want to add a link with this item, you can also put that from here. And if we go to a little bit top, here you can see we have give this control name to graphics. So we have keep it with the same name with this graphics category. So that's why when we click on this graphics, this item will include it inside this category. And we will do that for all of our these items. So here if we go to our this item, you can see this control name is web design. So it's included inside this web design category. And here for our this last item, if we go to here, you can see we have give here two control name, web design and development, and we have also separated them by a comma. So when we click on web design, we can see this item, and also on development, we can also see that here. So if you want to add a single item in multiple categories, you can also do that here. And then if we scroll down to here we have also created a call to action section. So if we click on this hire me button, this will also scroll to this contact section. Here for this button, we have also applied the same ID, contact. For this section, you can see you have also used a background image. So to change this image, just go to this section settings, and from the style, click on here. And I want to replace this with our this new image. Okay, now that looks good. Then go to the next section. This is our client testimonial section. So here we have also take these two testimonial widget, and inside this we have also add the client feedback inside a quotation, the client's image, the client's name, and also the title of this client. So we can quickly edit this from here. And lastly, go to our most important section. So this is our contact section. So if you have include all of your portfolio, all of your work, all the services, but don't include this contact section, your client cannot communicate with you. So we obviously need to include that. So here in this section, we have included our contact information like this address, this phone number, and also these social media icons. So if we go to this edit phone number, from here, if you want to edit your number, you just need to click on here and edit this from here. And here we also set a link with this number. So we also need to edit this. And here we just put our numbers. We cannot put any brackets or any spaces. So let's just simply put this. Let's update our page. And from the preview, here if we go to this section and if we click on this number, you can get an option to directly call to this number. And this option is more helpful from your mobile devices because when your client want to communicate with you, they can directly call to your phone or your WhatsApp number. Okay. So after that, here we have also put some social media icons. And here if you want to add a new item, so I want to add my LinkedIn profile. So let's search for LinkedIn and click on this. And in this link, I just need to put my LinkedIn profile URL. Let's drag this right after Facebook. And here I don't want to include Dribble, so let's delete this. Okay, our social media section is also done. Now we will include our contact form. So let's click on here and you can see our contact form is now empty. So first we need to create a contact form from our dashboard. Let's save this. And if we go to our dashboard, here let's go to this WP forms. And to create a new form, click on this button here. And from here you can select different types of forms, but we will create a contact form. So let's select this template, simple contact form. And here is a name, email and comment field on this form. But if you want, you can also add additional field from this right side. You just need to drag it to here and it will include it inside your form. Okay, but I want to keep it to simple. So let's delete this field. And here instead of the first and last name, I also want to keep it to simple. So make the format to simple and finally save this. Then again go back to our this edit page and we need to refresh this again. And here now we can see our contact form. And sometimes you may not see this form. So in that case, you just need to go to this drop down and select your newly created simple contact form. Okay, then here I also want to edit some of the text. So go back again to here and instead of this comment, I want to write here your message. And then to change this submit text, go to the settings and instead of submit, I want to put send. Then from here you can also find some more advanced option. If you look at this send to email address, right now it has set it to admin email. So that means this email is the same email which we have set when we installing our WordPress. So if you want to receive your email on a different email address, you can also put that here. Then here you can also edit the email subject, the email name, also the from email. So I want to replace this one with the client's email. So for this, let's click on this show smart tags and click on email. And here this email one field means the email address which our clients have given from our this form. So that's why this email will be sent from our client's email. Okay, and after that, let's go to the next confirmation. And from here, you can also set a confirmation message when your client submit your form. So this is also really helpful because when your clients see this kind of message, they can also know that you will later communicate with them. Okay, so right now let's save this. and go to our preview, and let's check this form. So let's refresh this. If we put our name, email address, and also a message and click on send, you can see this confirmation message here. And now if we check our mail, we can see we have received an email, and here you can see all of the information of our client from this form. So we have done all of this section, which looks really great. And lastly, I want to show you how our page will look like from our mobile or tablet devices. So for this, here at the corner you can see this responsive mode option. From here, if we go to this tablet mode, we can see a preview of our website on this tablet device. So from here you can see everything looks good. But here let me show you another thing. If we go to this edit heading, and from the typography, if we go to this font size, here you can see we have given the font size to 80 pixel. This 80 pixel is only applicable for our tablet device. So if we go to the desktop, here you can see on the desktop it's still 104 pixel, but on the tablet here this 80 pixel is only applicable to here. And on the tablet here we have also give it more smaller. So if you go to the typography, you can see here it's only 50 pixel. And you can do this responsive option not only with this font size, you can also find it here for the line height. So you can also see these responsive devices. If we go to this content tab, here we also find this option. So where you can see this responsive icon, you can make that value responsive and also give different values for your different devices. Cool, right? Okay, we have completed our website for all of our devices, but lastly we also need to complete this header. So for this we need to again go to the dashboard, and from here under appearance let's go to customize. So here first of all, instead of this plain text, I want to add our logo. So click on here and select a logo. Let's upload this one. Here if you want you can also crop this, but I want to skip cropping. But here this looks so big, so let's give a width 110 pixel. But here we have also our site title. So to remove this, let's disable this site title. And then next go to this menu. So to edit this menu, let's click on here. And here now you can see here are only 2 items inside our menu. These are basically comes from our website pages. But here I want to include all of the links of the sections. So for this we need to create a new menu. So first of all, let's save this. And from the dashboard, let's go to the appearance and go to the menus. And from here we need to create a new menu. So let's give a name, main menu, and click on create menu. And here from the left side, let's click on custom link, and I want to name it to home. So when I click on this home, I want to scroll this to this banner section. So if you go to here, and for this section we have give the ID to home, just copy it from here, and here on the link we need to put an hash, and after that let's paste the ID and click on add to menu. And after that we also want to add this about section link. So let's write about and also give its link to #about and click on add to menu. So by following the same process, let's quickly add our another menu item. Okay, we have added all of the items, and now to save this menu, let's click on save menu. So go back to again our customizer, and if we refresh this, again click on this edit menu. And now from here we need to set our newly created menu. So click on here, and from this primary menu option, let's select our main menu. And now you can see our menu has been added, and if we click on any specific items, this will scroll down to that specific section with that ID. But here lastly we need to design our this menu. So again click on here and go to the design. First of all I want to change its color. So from this color let's make the color to fully black, and also want to change the font. So from here let's make the font to Poppins, make it to more bold. Okay, now this menu also looks good, but here this header looks too small, so I want to increase the height of this. So go to here and make the height to 80 pixel. Now that looks good. Let's check this from our tablet device. Okay, on tablet we can again see our this site title. So let's click on here, and we need to also hide this for tablet device. And from the tablet, instead of our full menu, here we can see a hamburger navigation menu. So for this mobile menu, we also need to set it to our main menu. So let's click on here and click on configure menu, and from the off canvas menu let's select this one, main menu. And now if we click on here, we can see our newly created menu is also applied to here. So we also need to style this. Go again to edit menu. From the design let's make its color to black, and also make the typography to this Poppins font, make it to bold. And for the background you can see a little fade color. I want to make this to fully white. Okay, and from the top and bottom I also want to give some spacing. So from the margin let's unbind these values and make 20 pixel of top spacing, and also at the bottom. And here you can see this hamburger icon is still this blue color, so we can edit this by clicking on here and go to design, change this color from here to fully black. Finally let's check this from our mobile device, and for mobile we also need to disable this site title. So let's click on here, and our menu also looks good, but here I also want to reduce the size of this logo, make it to only 100 pixel. Now that looks good. So lastly let's go to our footer, and first I want to check this from our desktop. If we click on this copyright text, from here I just want to clear this and write my own text, and want to make this text color to white. So from the design make it to fully white, but you cannot see this text. So for this section I want to make a dark type of background color, so make the background to this. Okay, now that looks good. But lastly I also want to change the font of this text, but here you cannot see any font option for the footer text, so we need to do that from our another option. If we go to this global settings, from the typography, if we change this font family from here, you can see this will change our font for this footer. So lastly, to save this, let's click on publish, and if we go to our website, now we can see our website looks really very beautiful and 100% professional. So we can see from the desktop it looks good. If you want to check this from mobile, let's right click on here and click on inspect, and click on this device toolbar icon. And if you see it from this tablet width, it's also looking good. And finally check this on mobile device. That also looks good. Our menu is working properly. Everything looks really cool. Perfect. Alright, so we have completed making our full portfolio website, and you can see by following these simple 4 steps you can make your own portfolio website very easily. So let's have a cup of coffee and start launching your website just within the next 24 hours. Thank you so much for watching. I'm leaving for now. I'll see you on my next tutorial.